pretty quiet on this street right now, but what's most shocking is what happened inside of that house. Now, as you can see, in many of the signs around this room, Ed Gillespie's saying he represents change, he represents economic growth. The wind that makes it so chilly to be outside right now. In fact, I want to show you guys, I actually left this glass of water outside earlier today around dinner time, and as you can see, it is now completely frozen. And even spent hours outside the Phi Kappa Psi fraternity house, where one UVA student claims she was raped. Where an email comes from, don't open the attachment, because it may contain a virus allowing hackers to take control of your device. And I gotta tell you, the smell is so strong, it smells like fireworks were just set off. Social media apps like LiveSafe, which is creating quite the buzz. It's a virtual map that tracks where you walk. This is where the team swarmed the house. You can see right behind me the marks on the front door when putting on makeup, listening to music, or even eating. But this increase in technology adds more distractions than ever before. Kitchen is busy preparing for the rush of the day. In fact, I have been put to work and shovels. I feel lucky to have been able to find this one before they ran out. This is where we flew to the scene of the crash right here in the George Washington National Forest, which I got to tell you is a very heavily wooded and hard to get to area. So I stepped on board of the same plane used to help lead the rescue several days ago. Winding up for another day in the skies, retracing his steps to the same ones made the night of the accident.
I think it was about 7:45 to be exact.
Nolan Dean was one of the first responders lending a hand to the rescue. Today, he took me back to the site for a first-hand look at the crash, which killed one person and sent another airlifted to the hospital.
If you're in that condition and alive and someone's circling, at least you know there's someone there. It gives you hope.
Nolan says he'll never forget the image. The tail of the plane still sticking straight up in the middle of the dense national forest. Now I want to show you just how difficult this land is to navigate through. It's such a thick, dense, wooded area. It's very difficult to get to on foot. So they took to the skies, helping to lead the rescue by air. Now Nolan says going back to the site, he's glad he was able to help save a life. This is where it happened, at a quarry much like this one, when a rock about the size of this, weighing several hundred pounds, fell onto two teens who were illegally trespassing here at a quarry. Now, local leaders here say they're taking extra steps to make sure an incident like this doesn't happen again.
Where those trees are right there, right down there along the edge on this side, I could see the parents standing there just waiting, and you could see them crying, and you could just see them praying, and you could see them waiting.
Waiting for news that their teenager would be flown to UVA Medical Center with multiple crushing injuries.
You could see a bunch of water in the bottom.
Rob Frazier with Frazier Quarry says it's easy for people to underestimate just how dangerous these mines can be. In fact, according to Virginia Department of Mine, Minerals and Energy, more than 300 people have lost their lives in this tragic way. So they took us on a ride into an active quarry, much like the one the teens trespassed into the night of the accident.
When you hear the ages of these teenagers, it's heartbreaking. I think, all of the opportunities and places you can go to hang out, and you choose to go to a quarry and try to scale a high wall, it's probably not the smartest thing.
With helicopters flying high, now Frazier says it was a community of rescue teams working together to bring this Valley teen home. And moving forward, he hopes this incident will serve as a lesson, shining a light on the dangers for the future. Moving forward, leaders here hope to continue educating students at Valley schools about the dangers of illegally trespassing, including giving guided tours so students can see just how dangerous it is. And for a full list of those resources, we have that available on our website at WHSV.com. In Harrisonburg, Nicole DiAntonio, WHSV. It's been nearly 1 month since Joy Schultz went missing, and today we know the case has been upgraded to missing and endangered or possible murder. Now, I spoke with a close friend and co-worker of Schultz who says she won't be able to rest until these questions get answered. Nearly 1 month since a wife, friend, and co-worker vanished out of thin air. News which left Cindy Gullick in complete disbelief and shock.
That's just not Joy. So, she had a head on her shoulders, so we know that something has happened to her.
Golick worked with Schultz for years and was with her the day before she disappeared. I met up with her on the same street where they worked together, where she described Schultz's personality to me as fun, loving, and always making her coworkers laugh.
So we just miss her. We miss her. We want her back.
She says it's very unlike her to just pick up and leave without telling anyone. Now, new updates in the case made Cindy stop in her tracks. Schultz's cell phone was found on Route 33 over the weekend, several weeks after her purse was found on 81, helping investigators like Sheriff Thomas to narrow in on their search.
If someone wished to remain missing, it would be very difficult in this day and age to take totally off the grid your social security number and all those things.
With each day that passes, Golick says she hopes for more answers, which will bring her friend and coworker home soon. And the sheriff tells me the search stretches beyond Page County and is asking anyone along the 602 or 33 corridor to check their land. And if you have any information about this woman, to call the sheriff's office, and we have that number on our website at WHSV.com.